Hello, so in this video, we are going to discuss about Autonics LPD series inductive linear positioning sensor. So we are going to discuss about two variants of this sensor. So specifically in the video, we are going to look at the teaching process of these two sensors. So let us look at the user manual of these devices. We'll be focusing on the teaching part only. So make sure when we proceed for teaching, there is a minimum distance that we should keep between the start and end points. Say for the first model, which is LPD 14 model, we have minimum 7 mm we need to keep. We need to teach the distance between start and end points. Same for the LPD 103 model, we need to keep minimum 51.5 mm distance between start and end points. So if you look how this 7 mm and 51.5 mm is coming over here is the actual measurement range of the first model is 14 mm. So half of 14, that is 7 mm. And the second model is 103 mm. So half of 103 is nothing but 51.5 mm. So if we are teaching the sensor, say 103, less than 51.5, it is going to give you a teaching error. So teaching itself will not get completed. Let's look at the teaching process now. So the teaching process, you can perform it for the voltage models or current models, or also for the combo model, which is voltage and current together. So to start with teaching, we need to make sure that object is always present in front of the sensor. Okay, so there is an LED at the back side of the sensor that gives you a green and red indication. Red indication indicates object is not present in front of the sensor. The sensing object is absent. Green indicates the sensing object is present within the sensing range. So factory default, the sensor comes with the start and end points distance as 103 or 1 or 14 mm as per your model. So we need to keep the sensing object in the sensing range, and we need to make sure green LED is on. Once the green LED is on, you can press the teach in button for 2 seconds. Once 2 seconds are completed, it will give you one blink, second blink indicating 2 seconds are completed, after which the green LED will start to flash with 1 Hz rate. That indicates you have entered the teaching process. The second step is now you need to keep your detection object at the start point. Once the object is placed at start point, then you can momentarily press again the teach in button like a push button. Okay, so once the push button press and release is completed, okay, the start point teaching is completed. Okay, again, here to indicate the start point teaching is completed, the flashing of the LED, which was earlier flashing at 1 Hz rate, will now flash at 2 Hz rate, indicating that your start point teaching has been completed. Then we need to place the detection object at the end point where you need to keep it, and then again momentarily press and release the button. Once you do it, the teaching process will be completed, and you can then check your start and end positions with respect to the analog output. Okay, anywhere in these 3 steps, if teaching error is happening, the red indicator will flash for 2 seconds continuously. Okay, so this is the teaching process, same for your 14 mm model as well as your 103 mm model. In case if you want to reset the teaching process and want to go back to the factory default start and end points, then for that purpose, again, what is the steps? Let's see. You need to keep the object in sensing range of the sensor. And once the green LED turns on, you need to press the teach in button for 10 seconds. Once the 10 seconds are completed, okay, then you release the button. The green indicators will flash for 3 Hertz for 5 seconds, and then the reset will get completed. So for teaching reset, we need to keep the teach in button pressed for 10 seconds. Once the 10 seconds are completed, the teaching reset also gets completed. So let us see the demonstration how we can do this teaching for LPD 103 as well as LPD 14 models. So we can see here, this is our LPD 103 CM12 model. This is actually a combo model which supports voltage output as well as current output. I have used the current output here. So white color wire gives me the current output, black color wire gives me the voltage output. Right now there is no object, hence it is giving me 24 milliamps. That is the fault current in case of 4 to 20. If you look here, the red color LED is right now on because there is no sensing object. If there is any sensing object coming in the sensing range, we can see green color LED turns on, as well as you can also see the milliamps changing. Okay, so if I'm changing the position of this sensing object, you can see milliamps is changing. Vice versa from here. If you look, let's first see to how to reset the device. Okay, and then we will perform a custom teaching for our case. So to reset the device, this is the push button. We need to press the push button for 10 seconds by keeping the object in the sensing range of the device. So this LED should be green. If this LED is not green, you cannot perform the teaching or also the reset. Okay. So once this LED is green, I am pressing the teach button for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so 10 seconds are completed. You can see the LED is flashing at a rate of 3 hertz. For 5 seconds it flashed and it stopped. This indicates my factory reset has been completed. So in factory reset, you can see on the front of the device, okay, this is the Autonics branding, and here is a graph shown. Okay, the graph peaking on the right side. So in this case, if I keep the sensing object somewhere here, you can see it is giving me 4 milliamps. If I go out of range, then it will give me fault current. So here it is giving me 4 milliamps, and if I go to the peaking graph, you can see 20 milliamps is increasing proportionally. Okay, now let's say instead of using this whole span of our given measurement of 103, I'll use somewhere halfway around here till somewhere halfway around here. Okay, so this will be my start point, this will be my end point. So for that, first we need to keep the object anywhere in the sensing range and keep the push button pressed for 3 seconds. So 1, wait, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we entered the teaching mode now. Now I need to keep the placement over here matters. In your case, when you set it up for an application, properly mounted, place the start of object at a start position, which should not be vibrating or changing its position while teaching. So in my case, I'm just holding it in my hand right now. Say this is my start position. Okay, and I will momentarily just press the push button once. You notice the change in 1 hertz flash. This is right now flashing at 1 hertz. Now it is flashing at 2 hertz. That means start point teaching is completed. I'll randomly place somewhere at this position now. Okay, and again I just need to momentarily press it like a push button. Okay, so my green LED has been stabilized. That means teaching process is successful. If it was not successful, it would have blinked with red indication. Okay, so now let's verify the teaching range now. Earlier, somewhere around here, it was giving me 4 milliamps, and here at the end, it was giving me 20 milliamps. But if you look now, that has been changed. See here also it is giving me 23.9. So fault current, still it's having fault current. Here somewhere is the start point now. Okay, which is intermittent in between. Similarly, the endpoint was here earlier, but now the endpoint has changed at this place. Yeah, so the same will also be applicable for LPD 14 mm models too. I'll just show you how the 14 mm model looks like. So this is LPD 14 mm. This also has a push button at the back side and an LED, same way how it's available in the first case. Okay,